guys, Slevtek here, and welcome back to another episode of Slevtek's Roundtable, where we get a little bit of a deeper dive into who streamers are on and off of camera. Today, I have my boy Xamzah, and I'm so excited to get into this one, guys, because I feel like everybody knows his name, but not many people know a lot about him. Everybody knows that he's a god at Call of Duty. He makes money on wagers, and this kid, you're like, what, 17 years old, bro?
Yeah, bro. 17.
That's insane to me. But dude, how are you doing today? What's going on?
Yeah, good man. Just chilling, playing a couple wages and that. Playing a grind in Warzone, as you
Yeah?
can tell. Yeah, trying to get my KD up and my average kills.
Dude, before we went into the podcast, or before we got on the video call, you were in a wager where you died because of the storm. You were trying to get out and you couldn't fit into this little area with the car and it killed you, and then you lost in the gulag. Bro, the look on your face was pure defeat.
Yeah, bro.
And then you ended up lucking out though, because homie ended up pushing a squad and
About a
got
shield and
killed.
died.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So when did you start getting into video games in general? I kind of want to know your story.
I kind of grinded I didn't really play that many games until I played Rainbow Six Siege. I played MW2 on my Xbox 360 offline, and then I bought a 360. Went to Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts, and then
You must have been 13 then, though, right? 12,
yeah,
11?
I was grinding Ghost when I was 11 or 12.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, I was just grinding, and then PUBG come out. I grinded PUBG for a while.
Did you play
got top
PC
leaderboards.
or Xbox?
I played Xbox One.
Okay.
I grinded leaderboards on that. Got first on there on duos.
Whoa. What was your name?
It was Riot Slayers, some from the UK. I had the duos.
Oh, you were in the EU server, because I played PUBG as well, and I had the highest kill rating in.
Yeah, that's what I had.
In duos. I had the highest kill rating in duos for NA for 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, I held it for 2-3 weeks as well when I had it on the EU. Yeah.
Dude, that was a grind, wasn't it? You would have to get 10, 15 kills a game. Otherwise, if you died off rip, you dropped.
Yeah, you'd land you had to try hot drop or something where'd you land? I landed military base most of the time. Yeah. That was the only map that was there. Grinded military base and tried to deck out all my stuff and just go ham. And then I played Fortnite for a bit, grinded Fortnite.
Okay.
And then went back to PUBG.
And
then Blackout come out. My friend bought the game because we game shared, and he was like, "You should try it out. It's a good battle royale." So I tried it out. I just grinded it, and then I started playing pubs for a while, just playing games. And then some guy hit me up and asked if I wanted to play wagers. So I played a couple wagers, and I think I was $100 up on the first day of just starting.
In Blackout?
Yeah, on the first day I played.
Insane, man.
So I was I might as well just play it. So I just did.
Yeah, so that's how you kind of got into Blackout then? Was just through competing, or were you kind of already acclimated to that?
6 months I just grinded the game, just non-stop, trying to get leaderboards, because I think I was in the top 15 for overall kills at one point when I was just sweating the game out. And then when I played wages, it the grind slowly went down, just playing for money and streaming it. And then that's really it. And then the game kind of died out for wages, so I pubbed a lot and played a lot of people for high amounts for good viewers.
Yeah.
And then Warzone come out, and then I'm just grinding this now, trying to play for some high money.
Yeah.
Get some good views,
That's so crazy, man. So were you always pretty solid at Call of Duty then? When you played Ghost when you were 11 and 12, or did you kind of go through having a negative KD and then working your way up, or were you always just naturally?
I had a 2 KD on Ghost when I first started, and I think a 1.6 on Black Ops 2 when I first started.
Screw you, bro. I started playing Call of Duty with my first one was COD 4, the original Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah, that's a good COD.
Oh, great COD. But I didn't have Xbox Live. So I had to play it just that was just solo. And then I think I played that story mode or the campaign 30 times.
Yeah.
Best campaign in my opinion. And then Christmas, I ended up getting World at War when World at War came out, and I got Xbox Live, and I just went ham. But I had a 0.27 KD for the longest time. The longest time, because I'd never really played competitive Call of Duty or anything like that, or online multiplayer, and I just kept grinding, man.
When I was about 10, I wasn't even allowed to play Call of Duty, but my friend had a basement that we used to go down, and we used to have like a 24-inch monitor and 4 screens with
Yeah.
4 controllers, and we used to
And you
just
just all
play high
playing.
rise, play intervention.
You had your own little like LAN party. That's awesome.
Yeah, like everyone would be like crouched like with their controllers trying to look in their one corner, and
Uh huh.
everyone complaining about screen watching. Oh, it was so funny.
The screen serpent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one
Go
there's
ahead.
one game I grinded, MWR as well. I've grinded that game. I was at
Modern Warfare
Prestige 18.
Remastered. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like, cause like, but most of the Prestige Masters were like shipment spawn trappers, and that's like boring.
Yeah.
I just played S&D a little bit and shipment a little bit.
So were you always like an S&D player then for Call of Duty? Was that like your cup of tea?
Yeah, I loved S&D, especially on Black Ops 2, because everyone was in game chat and you could just chat.
Oh, dude, that Xbox 360 was the best for that. You know what I mean? Like Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, like COD 4 lobbies. I think it was like all the way up until Ghost.
Ghost did it.
Ghost had it pretty well too. I didn't play much of Ghost, but I just love that. Like
That's what I lived on.
The trash talking in those games, man.
So
I can only imagine you playing Modern Warfare 2, bro. Being a little kid having to survive that, because I was like 13, I think. No, dude, no, because Modern Warfare 2, you must have been pretty young.
Yeah, but I played it much after it came out.
Oh,
years after it came out, because my friends are older brothers, so they played it. But I was about 10 when I first started my first ever COD.
Yeah.
And then went to Black Ops 2.
Yeah. So what's your strategy going into like wagers, and is there like something that you do to train to get better at the game, or do you just kind of naturally have that skill that
when you
acquired?
die, I always think about why I died and how I could have changed that, and how I could have done better, and how I could have killed them before they killed me. Like my positioning, like you always got to change your positioning. Like that's really like key for winning wagers and stuff. And because you don't have to fight good players, you got to have that mindset. Could you kill all 3 of these players that are Warzone? I have a mindset. If I can see they've got good movement, I might be like, it's just me.
Not worth the
This
fight.
is a lot of money. It's not worth the fight. I could just go find some bots and kill a lot of people, because that's how that wages work on that end for Battle Royale.
For sure.
S&D is like much more skill based. S&D players are really good, but a lot of S&D players are not really good at Warzone because they're not used to like the positioning and like their loadouts and stuff.
And the movement.
They think they think they can just overchow people like S&D and just shoot them like twice and kill them. It's not like it, so it's just much different.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
So like you are constantly working on your game and trying to improve. Like you're not
improve my gameplay.
You're not just like a 100%. God that like a shroud that's constantly just like able to beam people. Okay.
When I first started Warzone, I was terrible. I had like a 1.2 KD.
Yeah.
From there, I brought up to like a 4. I'm gonna get up to like a 10, but it's gonna take me a while.
Yeah.
Probably get about 20k kills altogether to get me to a 10 KD. But I've bring it up slowly but surely.
So how do you practice then? Do you practice going in like solo squads, or do you go or solo trios or whatever it is?
That's all I do. I play solo trios, but if I want to play for high rollers, I might play some $5 and 250s to like get my shot on and get used to the game. But it depends how I feel. Like if you feel like you don't believe in yourself, there's no point of playing wagers a lot. That's why you got to believe in yourself, and you win a lot of money that way.
You have to have the confidence, man. Like I used to be a professional swimmer, so a professional athlete, and I know what it's like to compete at a high level. And you have to be almost to a point of cocky, you know, and arrogant. You're not not in a disrespectful way, but like inside of your own head, you have to like know you're gonna win in order to like put up money like that. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Just because
that's how it was. Because when I first joined Blackout, I knew that kids were better than me, and I was a bit too scared to play them. But as soon as like, I don't even know why, I had like a week off, and I think it was 2020. It just turned 2020 when Blackout was a bit late, and I was just had that mindset of I'm gonna play everyone, I'm gonna beat everyone. Like I was playing Gangster Salute, Finesse, and
you were beating them,
all the top players, beating them, trading money. Like they're good players, that's for sure. It's really hard, but see with Warzone, a lot of the Blackout players are falling off. I would say half of them have fallen off and gone back to Blackout, so all gone back to S&D. So it's a bit different like that, you know.
Yeah, I love Warzone right now, man. Like I'm really enjoying it. I don't think when I first started playing it, it was a little like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't good at it. Kind of like how you were. Like you had like a 1 KD. I think I haven't played much of it just because, to be honest, I've been kind of dating this girl, and so me and her have been hanging out when I'm not streaming. Whereas normally, if I wasn't streaming, I would be playing more. But No, man, I'm really enjoying it. I love the mechanics. I love the gulag. Like, I think that
Yeah. That's
brings
really
in
good.
a
And
competitive
self revive.
aspect and the self revive because you can still get back into the game. So it's not just
Yeah.
like you get a shitty spawn or you get like unlucky and then you're out. You know what I mean? Which is kind of how
Yeah, like
Blackout
blackout.
was. Yeah. So there's more on the line. I feel like on Blackout, like every movement counted a little bit more. But dude, I'm enjoying it. Like I love like watching you compete. Like just even in your stream, just because like there's something on the line for you, you know? And like
Yeah,
you're
that's what gives me the drive to play, you
yeah,
know?
like I can only imagine like dude, I am so disappointed that like I live in the state of Arizona. And it's one of the 4 states in all of America, all 50, that you can't compete in online like games for money. And it
Yeah.
sucks, bro, because I feel like that would take me to the next level because I would
Give
like
you the drive to play
oh,
more and yeah.
100% and grind. And
That's what yeah.
I
That's
see
what gives
you
me the
do it,
drive to
man.
keep playing Blackout. I would have quit Blackout like 4 or 5 months ago. Like
Yeah.
even though I'm good at it, I just didn't want to play anymore. But as soon as I started playing wages, it gave me kind of like a drive and like a goal
Yeah.
to like I want to be the best at this and I want to be known. Like that's
Yeah.
how I think in Warzone as well.
Yeah. Well, you're a competitor at heart, so like you like putting money on the line and seeing that money pool like start to increase and increase and increase and
Oh
increase.
yeah, I like it.
That's got to be the best feeling, man.
Bro, I hate my thing when like it has like 13 cents. Like I'll have to keep playing to get that to like at like $200. I couldn't have it at like 198
Yeah.
and like 20 cents. I couldn't have that. I have to post like a $1.80 to get it to 200, so it looks
Sure.
nice, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
That's how I think.
100%. You like round numbers for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that's so cool. Like as a 17-year-old competing like that, what do you do with your money, or are you just like stashing it, like because you're living? I
Um,
imagine you live at home with like your parents or whatnot.
yeah. Well, I've just started getting into proper wages in Warzone, so now
Hmm.
I'm just putting it away because there's nothing else to do, you know? Like, I
Yeah,
can't really go outside, we're on lockdown, so I might
exactly.
as well make as much money as I can before we're allowed outside, you
You're
know?
gonna come out of out of quarantine rolling, man.
So, oh, yeah, I know. I just need to
That's
keep at my gaming, just get better, and then 100%.
yeah. So what's the plan for you, man? Like, are you looking to get scouted by like a professional team? You want to like move into like a creator house? Like, what's you're 17,
Um,
man. The world is like your oyster.
yeah, I know. I would love to get in the competitive side of Battle Royale, but there's not really the only
Yeah,
like competitive scene is PUBG or Fortnite.
yeah.
Blackout didn't have like a big competitive scene. It had like tournaments that content creators made, but
Like
there's
the
not like a
Code Red
big
tournaments, yeah.
yeah. Like, but I'll do sub tournaments as well. Like, I think the last ever Blackout sub tournament, I won it and won $600.
Hmm.
Um, so I try just better and better. But the money's different. So like, if I withdrew $600, it's like £400. Like, so
Yeah,
I just try to build it higher and higher. So when I withdraw, it's like a bit more than I would expect. So
for
that's why I have
sure,
to
man.
grind it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, dude, you're 17 right now. Like, you're still in. Are you still in primary school?
That's primary school for us is like I'm not in school. I went to like would you call it high school
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or college, but I done like 1 year of my stuff, but blackout was out, so I just had my focus on blackout. I passed everything, and because my attendance was kind of low, because I would leave early to play blackout. They
I
didn't let me
love it,
back
man.
because of my attendance, so I was just like, do you know what? I'll give it 1 year of just grinding Warzone when it comes out and try and make as much money as I can.
And see
And
where you go.
if it doesn't work, I've got a job there. Like I just need to get my CS card, and then I'm back. I'm there working. So
Okay.
just trying to grind, just trying to see how much money I
So,
can
dude,
make and how well I can.
you're like for the next year, you're just trying to grind it out and make as much money as you can, and try and make this like your life, like your job.
100%. I want to be the best. You know, the best that get Warzone. It's not the best, like the top 1%.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, there's only a handful of guys that like no joke can do what you do because like I play with you in Blackout. And like, dude, I know I'm good at the game. You know what I mean? Like I've got
Yeah.
like a 6 KD. Like I can throw down 20 bombs, but dude, you're on like another level. Like you make me look like I have no thumbs. Is essentially what it is, man.
Yeah. It's on blackout. I just keep moving. Like I never stop.
Yeah.
That's how I play. It's kind of weird, like how I play. Much
But
different to a lot of players.
you're also different now. You've changed up your play style in
Oh
Warzone,
yeah,
so you're not
100%. You
like
got to
that in
switch it up.
Warzone. Yeah, like
No,
you've
no, no.
adapted, which is like it tells me like first time. I'm not even gonna lie. I did not like you the first time we met because
Yeah,
we played. I forgot like who we played with, man. It wasn't with
must
Miss
have been
G, but it was like there's like 4 like streamers, and you know like when like 4 streamers get into like the same game, like everybody's talking and whatnot. And dude, I remember we were playing. It was at A-frame. I remember plain as day. Like you killed like 2 guys, I killed like 1 other guy. And like we all converge onto the house and like loot up, and you're like my bag, and I'm like, whoa, bro, chill out. You were like super territorial of like nobody touching your stuff, and I was like, this fucking douche just like is telling me I can't loot a bag. Are you kidding me? Like I was like, fuck this guy.
No, I just troll, man. I was just trolling. Like, I want the trauma kits, you know. I want the better loot.
Right.
That's how I kind of played. Like if I killed the guy in a pub and I'm with people, I'm like, I'm gonna loot it first.
Yeah.
And
then you can have whatever. No, and I respect that, but I was like, this 17-year-old kid's gonna tell me, like I'm 5. Like, what is this?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And so like I did not want to play with you after that for a while. I'm not even gonna lie. And then I think Miss G like brought us back together, and then we ended up playing I think for like a solid hour or 2 hours, and I was like, dude, this kid's actually like. I say kid, but like this dude's really cool, you know. Like me and you started talking. Like I could tell that, like you're just a competitor, you know. Like you're a high functioning competitor at this game, and so you approach it and you are verbally communicating as a competitor. You know, it's not like we need to all be like hoorah, feel good about ourselves. It's like no, we're going for the win. You know, like don't touch my bag.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like I respect that. Like because when I was swimming, it was the same way. Like. Nobody was allowed in my lane. Like we would have 8 lanes as a team, and we would have like 30 kids or 30 swimmers, but I would have my own lane. Like no one else was allowed in my lane. Now I allowed people in my lane, but I would always warn them. I'm like, look, because I was significantly faster than everyone on my team. Like I was training for the Olympics. Like I had my Olympic trial cuts and all that stuff, and so like I was very serious, like every practice. And
can't come in my lane.
Yeah, and so then like there would be like these like punks that would like, or these girls that would want to come in my lane and like flirt with me, and I'd be like, like get out of me, get off, you know. And like I would lap them, and I told them I'm like, you can stay in my lane, but if I touch your feet, like if I lap them and like am tapping their foot to like keep going, I was like, you got to stop and get out of the way, or you got to move out of the way, you know. I was like, I'll give you one warning, I'll give you one tap, and then if you don't move. I'm going to do, I forgot what I called it, but it's this movement where like, so I wouldn't stop swimming. I would grab their ankle, and then I would grab their shoulder, and I would continue to swim, and I just literally swim over them and keep going. And no, everybody hated it. Like everybody hated it, man. And I was like the most like unliked like person there because I would do that. But I always like forewarned them. You know, but like that's how you have to approach it if you want to like get somewhere. You know, I mean, it doesn't mean like you have to be an asshole. You know,
100%.
But people can mistake that for being an asshole at times when you're
100%.
So focused.
If you first meet him or something like that, and I'm focused, I'm a dick.
No, 100%. And you're passionate about the game too, so like that also has a factor in it. But dude, you're the talk of a little bit of controversy. Like some people either love you or they fucking hate you, man.
that's 100%. There's people who are like, yeah, he's cool, and then there's kids that just hate me. There's no one who goes, oh, I don't like him. There's hate and like me. There's one or the other. Yeah, that's how it is. Especially in the wager scene. Yeah, a lot of people hate me.
Is that like that's got to be like a small like close knit community? You know what I mean? Where like everybody kind of knows everybody. Because there's not that many people that probably do wagers, or like not a significant amount of people.
There was like a group, because not a lot of S&D kids wanted to touch the game because they just got smashed by every Battle Royale player. But Warzone, S&D kids have kind of come over because they know Battle Royale is where you make the most money. Yeah. In pub, like not
competitive, but
competitive scene, but like wagers, that is where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's much easier as well, like to earn money on that instead of S&D with 6 rounds each. For a win, and you got to sweat it. But yeah, Battle Royale, as you saw, like I only dropped 6 kills, and I was just sitting there.
Dude, and you won, and like the look on your face, you're like, oh.
Bro, you should have seen it when I played $200. When I played that $200 chow. Yeah. He needed 1 kill to win, and it was a tie, so it's a replay. I got out, took my headset off, and I just walked off.
So in that moment though, when you're playing for like a $200 wager match, like. you said like we talked a little bit before, but you said that you don't get nervous anymore because you've done it so many
Mm.
times. But what's that feeling like when you actually win? Like you cannot lie to me and say like you're not just like the biggest weight is just like lifted off your shoulders.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm a dick sometimes. Like if it's like 50, I'll be like, yes, I'll bless, GG, and I'll just keep playing. I'll literally, if I'm still alive, I'll be like, yes, I'll be like, GG, and I'll report my win, and then get my controller and come back and just keep playing. Like,
And catch the dub.
yeah, I'll try to catch the W, yeah, 100%. That's how
Dude.
I. That's how I. When I play for like a big money, I just pretend it's like a pub, you know, like I'm just
Yeah.
warming up. That's how, and I'll play how I normally play. But when I played the first $200 that I lost, it was like I was nervous for no reason,
Yeah.
and I kept playing for my balance on the game, like $82, and I was
Hmm.
like, I'm not gonna lose anymore. I'm gonna focus up. I'm gonna drop kills. I played the 82, won that, played 100, then won that, and then played a 200, and then won that.
Yeah.
And that's how I just keep my mindset. You got to keep your mindset, and you can't change what you're doing unless it's not working. At the moment, what was my team like 45 and 20 at
When you
one
say
point,
team,
and
is it just you or do you have another like do you
yeah,
have
yeah,
teammates?
no, that's what it's called. It's called like my team for like the CMG,
Okay.
like my team. I don't even know how to explain it, and I lost a $100 wager like yesterday, and I
Hmm.
was like, I have $24 in my CMG. I'm gonna go all out and see what I can do. And I've done that and built up to 340 in 24 hours. And if you just have that good mindset, you'll do what you want to do. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no man, it's crazy. Like I envy you so much because I know like because I am a competitor at heart. Like obviously I was a professional
Hmm.
swimmer, and like having that on the line to be able to play with something on the line. Like right now,
Hmm.
like as if you're just streaming and like creating content, all you're focused on is having like good clips or
Yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
a good kill shot, but like you're not really terribly focused on like outperforming. You know,
Hmm.
whereas you put like $8, $24, $64, $200 on the line. Like, dude, stakes are raised, and you have to
Hmm.
perform, and I envy you so much for that because I want that so bad.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like I'm
100%.
I'm legitimately everybody in my like community knows I'm saving every money, like every bit that comes in. Again, times are a little bit harder now because of the quarantine, so I'm having to dip into that a little bit. But I'm saving up $10,000, and once I have $10,000 saved up, 2021 January, I'm moving to Texas so that I can start competing in wagers and like get into
Oh,
the competitive
nice.
scene. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to
You
that.
enjoy it, man. You enjoy it 100%.
Yeah.
Just don't start too high, you know? You start at like fives,
Oh
250s,
yeah.
you build it up, you get used to the gameplay, and then after that, if you're confident enough, keep playing for more, you put more money on the line, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I played. I played for like my first couple of games. I was playing fives and tens, and then after I felt comfortable that I feel like one of the best. I'll play for more money, you know?
Yeah, and that's kind of how like that would be my approach. Like I would probably go for like twos and fives until I probably made like 10x that, so like
Hmm.
$50, and then I'd start playing for about I'd say like $10 wagers,
Yeah, yeah,
and
$10.
then
Yeah,
once you have like 100, 200, then you start going up to $20 wagers, and if you lose like let's say 50 or $60 in wagers, then you go back down to the tens, and you
yeah, yeah,
keep working your way back up to that.
yeah, 100%.
Kind of like
Yeah,
it's like gambling, you know what I mean? Like if you were
yeah.
to go to the casino, that's how you
Mhm.
should try to
But it's how you perform.
pose it.
That's why I don't really call it. People call it gambling. It's
Yeah.
gambling, but then it's not. It's like
Oh,
competitive.
it's definitely not.
It's
There's
it's
skill
not.
involved to it, you know.
It's not like I'm putting down playing blackjack. It's not like I'm putting down $1,000 and hoping I get these cards. You know,
Yeah.
it's I have to perform or I don't get the money.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
it's
luck.
like
It's not.
it's like playing basketball one on one. You know what I mean? Like you're essentially wagering. That's where the word comes from. You're wagering your skills
Against
for
others.
X amount of money against others for the same amount of money, and whoever is superior in their skills wins. And I feel
100%.
like Warzone has legitimized it a little bit more than Blackout did because of the self revive and because of the
Gives you that
gulag.
second chance.
Exactly. So it's not just like oh, I got unlucky and I lost this money. No, like you
It's
could get back in.
100%. I was down 10 kills. I died. I go to my gulag, and then I come back in and I drop 15 and win the game.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I used to feel like if I in my gulag, then I survive. I feel like I'm gonna lose. But if you have your mindset, focus on getting a loadout, focus on getting the money, feel like what hasn't been looted in the circle. You got to think where the drop come from and what will not be looted. So you land there, deck out, or you go to a loadout and deck out, then slay out. You wanna, if you haven't got a lot of money or a lot of vests, you just try to see if people are on their own and then pick them out by their own one by one, and then get all their loot. That's how I focus up on Warzone.
Yeah. What is your strategy going into Warzone? Like, let's say there's a $200 wager. You kind of play it like you said, like it's a normal game, like a regular public match, so you don't like let the nerves get to you. But what's like your ideal strategy? Like, where do you drop? Like, what kind of runs through your head through just run me through kind of like a wager.
It depends who I'm playing because I know where people land, so I kind of read where they're landing and stuff. So I might land on the other side of it, but like I land like near military base kind of, and I just deck out. And then when I've got my self revive, my loadout, I'll go hunting for people.
Yeah.
Maybe buy a couple UAVs and go just keep spinning, rotating around the map. But yeah, that's really how I play. Like I just focus on what if people land with me, I need to stay away from them till I deck out, then go for the kills.
Yeah. So you're not aggressive from the get-go. You want to not engage at the beginning, get a good loadout for yourself, equip yourself properly, and then you don't even then go into like trying to team wipe. You just try and pick. You pick people off, right?
Like you pick him off because you see who's like the struggler between the team. Because if you're kind of far, you can see who's the struggler, and you can kind of see.
Yeah, the dude who's lagging behind everybody.
You go for him first. As soon as you down him, they all turn around. One tries to cover, and one normally goes to the res. So you kind of focus on the kid who's not on the res. Then you go for the kid on the res after, or then you go for the confirm and then pick him off one by one by one.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of play, and it's kind of smart.
Yeah.
I changed up my play style, and now I'm 21-2 on
Yeah.
my record.
So what exactly did you change from like your previous play style?
Full sending right off the start of rip for no reason.
And did you just find yourself kind of dying consistently through doing that?
100%.
Yeah.
I come out with 10 kills, or I come out of the gulag, or I die in the gulag. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
kind of,
that's crazy, man. No, I love that. Like, and what's cool about that is like you're not just some kid who's like great at the game. You know, like just through talking to you, you have a strategy. You're constantly adapting. You're constantly trying to improve. And so, like, man, I'm excited. Like, no joke, to see what you actually accomplish, because you're 17 years old, man. Like, I'm 23, turning 24 in a couple months. Well, 4 months. But like, dude, you got 7 years till you're my age. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like a little baby and consider like compared to a lot of other streamers. You know what I mean? But like, you're literally like, you've got nothing but opportunity right now. Would you ever move to like the US?
I really want to. That's what I kind of want to save my money. I want to move to the US, but I need to have the opportunity to, you know.
Yeah.
If my stream's going well and if I'm getting a good enough money so I can live out there, you know. Because wages out there are much more popular because people put NA only on their like match finder, and I can't accept it.
Yeah.
So I just play EUs and play some more regions sometimes, but yeah, 100%. I've been thinking about moving there for a while.
Where would you want to move?
I have no idea, bro. Probably like East Coast.
Really?
Only because I can play EUs and not lag as much, and I can play West Coast as well and no lag really.
I gotcha.
Because you see, if you're West Coast, you see I get like 200 ping on your host, and if I go on East Coast, I get 130, like 110.
Yeah.
So if I'm between both, I've kind of like got like the ping on lock, you know.
To be able to play, like you open your you open the wagers, yeah. Dude, I'm kind of biased. I say Texas, man. Like, move to Texas. That's where I'm wanting to go strategically, because there's no state tax. So if you move there, like, you're not gonna have to pay taxes on like all of your like groceries and like consumables. You know what I mean? Which is like really nice. That saves you like essentially 12% off of everything. You know?
100%.
And then cost of living there is very, very low. So you can get like for $1,000 a month, you can get like a 2-3 bedroom house, and like
that's crazy.
Yeah, like so you like essentially for like $1,500 you can make, which is probably I think like probably 1,100 quid or 1,100 pounds. You can have a fully functioning house that's like just meant for creating content, you know, and that's
100%.
That's what I'm going for.
Over here, man, it's My friend lives in he lives in an apartment in London. It's like £1,500 a month just to stay.
Jesus.
Just yeah, you know. I was
That's
just
like
like,
that's like New York. Like I'm sure you've heard of like New York and
yeah,
how
yeah,
like expensive it is. It's just like each state is almost like its own separate country because like Europe is so small, you know,
yeah.
and like you can travel to multiple countries in a day, you know. The U.S. is
Takes
so
14.
yeah. The U.S. is so big that dude, you go to Arizona versus like Louisiana, you literally feel like you're in a different world because like don't trust people from Louisiana. Just saying, it's like the worst state ever. But anybody from Louisiana, I'm sorry, it's a fact. I mean, Trump said that we should build a wall. I agree. I just think we should build a wall around Louisiana. But no, man, like it's just culturally, like everything is so different. Like you have the South, you have like the Midwest, you have like the West Coast, you have the East Coast, and like everything's very different from there. Obviously, I'm joking about Louisiana. That was a bit from what is it? Tom Segura. Do you know who he is?
Oh,
Oh, dude, do you have Netflix?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You need to watch his new special. It is I think it's called Ball Hog. It's good. It's a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right
I don't know
then.
if you like comedians or like watching comedy,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I watch a
dude,
lot of comedians. Yeah.
love that
Who,
guy.
who's that comedian who went out of Anarana? I forgot her name. Anarana de Grande or something like that. I don't even know how to say
Ariana
it.
Grande? Oh, Pete
Yeah,
Davidson, the one that was
yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah.
engaged.
I
Yeah.
watch him all the time, bro.
Did you watch his new one?
Did it come out on Netflix as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He actually talks about like dating her and whatnot. Did you not see that one?
I watch so much stuff. I just
Yeah,
forget.
dude. There's a bit in it though where he was like, yeah, like she told me like how great of like a lover I was, and like that's cool, but like if you think about it, it's also kind of fucked up because like she didn't say that in like the confidence of her own house or like to her friends. She said it on Vogue magazine.
Oh no.
He's like, could you imagine if I said that on like GQ magazine? Like, yeah, dude, her vagina's so wet. You know what I mean? He's like, I would get so much shit for it. It was like, dude, he's funny, man.
Yeah, I
Or
watch Pete a lot sometimes. And
yeah.
who else do I watch? I don't really watch any comedians, but Gordon Ramsay is just
Oh,
makes
the
me laugh.
chef. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
I love Gordon Ramsay. Dude, the
what
stuff that comes out of his mouth when he's like when he's
so
like
random.
red. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, no, Pete Davidson. He had also had a bit on there where he was like, yeah, she tweeted out or she made a comment that like I have a big dick, you know, and like everybody thinks like, oh, that's so nice that she would do that, you know, like she's like setting you up for success. Like all the other girls are gonna like want to get with you now. She's like, no, no, no. Remember, this girl's a genius. She knows what she's doing. So essentially, what she's done is she's effed up my life for all of eternity because now everybody thinks that I have a big dick. But so now every girl that I'm ever with is going to be disappointed. Dude, I was on the floor laughing, man. But
He just all he talk. He always brings up weed, and this thing just makes me laugh.
yeah,
He just
yeah.
always looks stoned.
Oh, dude, he's always stoned. Like I think that's like his natural state. I think like every piece of food that he like intakes is like an edible.
Oh, that guy, man.
Yeah, he's funny, man. So what do you do in your free time, man? Like when you're not playing and like grinding wagers or like, streaming,
Uh,
what do you do?
if I'm not playing, like because I'm on lockdown, but if I want a lockdown,
Yeah.
I grind. I'll do like 5 days a week, and then the weekend I'll go to like where my mum used to live, like where all my friends are, and
Hmm.
I'll just stay there for a couple of days. You know, go out with all my pals, and then just come back, and then just 5 days of grinding.
Yeah. So do you live with your mom currently, or are you?
No, no, I live with my dad.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts do you live in the UK?
I live like East London.
Okay. East London.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't even know like where that's
yeah, yeah.
at.
Just say London, bro. That's the best
I,
way to say.
I got you. So what do you and your buddies like do? Because I know that like London or like Europe's a little bit different than like the US on like activities and kind of things that you do. I know that you guys have like a very popular like food restaurant called God, I forget what it is, but it has like really good chicken and like stuff like that. It's like a sit down kind of place.
Nando's.
Nando's, yeah, yeah, yeah. God, what's it?
Yeah.
Tom Syndicate always like talks, like always goes there, and like I'm always watching his stuff. But yeah,
Yeah. Just it's not really too much to do, but like I would probably go like go cinema if anything good's out that we want to see.
Sure.
Go get something to eat. I don't know, I don't know, just do a lot of fun stuff.
Sure.
I don't know, but it's just better. You need to like have a bit of like socializing and go outside. You know, have a bit of activity to
Yeah.
do instead of just staying inside a lot because it's not good for your mental health if you stay in like all the time.
Have you noticed
And just
that
keep playing.
though, as like a content creator and as like somebody who's
Mhm.
trying to make a living off of the internet? Like, have you found yourself kind of in almost like I can say for me personally, like you almost get into like a depressed state because
Yeah,
you're working
100%.
so hard, and then you realize like, oh, I've neglected a large portion of my life, which is like your social life, and
Mhm.
then like you kind of fall even deeper into that like depression
Mhm.
because like while
Yeah.
you're grinding, you're also it has a negative impact on you.
Yeah, 100%. But a lot of my friends don't really understand like how I make money. Like I'm just
Really?
like, yeah, I play people. Yeah, and when I tell them like how much I would make on that day, how much I'd play someone for, they're like, why you play for that money and shit? I'm just like, why not?
Yeah. So what do your buddies do then? Do they not play games as well?
Um, well, I used to not really. Like one plays Rainbow Six, like used to play Rainbow, but all of them are just like
Kind of
doing
casual
their own thing
players?
now. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Are those all
So
from
they
like
don't really
just
play.
like primary school?
Yeah, like all my friends are from school. I don't really
Yeah.
have any friends out of school really. I have a
Yeah.
couple, but not too many.
Yeah.
Kind
But
of keep
well,
my
you have a lot
circle
of
small.
friends probably online though, because like that's where you spend the majority of your time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm playing wages, I'm actually in Discord with like one of my buddies and just talk to him while I'm playing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it gets kind of boring if I'm just sitting there on my own,
Yeah.
just playing.
Oh, 100%,
And I,
man.
and I might take like an hour out of just playing with like two friends, or I'll play with a couple streamers, have a couple hours off,
Yeah.
to, like not have that competitive like mindset. I'd rather just chill out for like maybe an hour or two, just playing
For
as a
sure.
pub.
Yeah, that's when you
You know,
come into like my stream and you're like, "Hey man, like let's get some games in." I remember like
100%.
Blackout, and like, dude, it was so funny because like Miss G called me up like the day, like literally right after that stream happened. She's like, "What did you do to Xamzah?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "He never comes into anybody's stream like and like converses and wants to play. Like, what did you put in his drink?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just a
No,
cool guy."
yeah, 100%. Miss G like kind of brought up when I was in like kind of streamed on YouTube and
Mhm.
like was like you need to play with this guy, and I used to watch your streams and just and your videos. Like I watched a couple of your podcasts.
Okay.
Who are you with? I think with Cobra. Did you have was it a podcast
Yeah.
with Cobra?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of that, and I just watched a couple of your sniper clips and shit, and I was like, damn, let's get a couple games of this guy, you know?
Dude, sniping, that's the one thing that
Bro,
I like about Warzone that I'm not so like happy on is like the
it's because
sniping is not as fun.
it's slow. It's
Yeah.
like the bullet drop is not how stupid it was on Blackout. So
Yeah.
if you hit a shot like that, you'll be like, shit, I can't believe I just hit that.
Yeah.
On Warzone, it's like
Uh,
I should have hit that. Like why didn't I hit that?
yeah.
Got a kill. Like
Exactly.
it's not as quick as Blackout was when you could aim in, take the shot, and move, and you could spin around and reload. But with that game, you've got to kind of be like a bit slow when you pull back the gun and shoot, and
Yeah,
it's just
everything
kind of
has to be a
slow.
little bit more methodical. You know, you have to like get your positioning, you have to line the shot, and then you have to take your shot. It's much more realistic, I would say, than like being able
Blackout
to
was
like
kind of
dance
like
on them. You know.
it was like Fortnite is like unrealistic. Then there's
Yeah.
Blackout, then Warzone. You know,
Yeah, the
it was
different
in
levels.
between.
For sure. But I love Blackout, man. Like I love sniping in Blackout, like getting an across the map, like sniper shot where you let it like oh dude, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, bro. If I was playing solos and I was just chilling, I would do challenges. I've done a Koshka only iron sight. That's all I had on solos.
Really?
I got a 15 kill win. Yeah,
That's
that's all I
awesome.
had.
I did a
Kid-
sniper only challenge where I had the outlaw and I put it 2 times on it, and then I had a paladin that I had the sniper scope. And so I like up close I would use the outlaw and
Keep
then
spamming it.
yeah. Ended up getting like a 15 kill win. I made a video out of it. But I need to do that more. I need to make more content on YouTube off of Warzone. We should get some games in
Bro.
sometime and just create some
Yeah,
content.
100%. Bro, I moved to Twitch and I just left my YouTube for no reason. Just left it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I regret it, but
Have you not
I
made
thought
any
it was
videos or any content on it?
no, I literally just stream on Twitch and play wages, man.
Do you have somebody that like is constantly in your stream? Like
Um,
your regulars?
Yeah, I have regulars, but as soon as Warzone come out, my views went from like on YouTube it was like 100 to 150, but when it was on Twitch it was like 40 to 50 like average viewers,
Yeah.
and it went from there from Warzone down to 2 viewers, and I'm building it up again. Like now
Yeah.
I average about 15. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to build it up as much as I can.
I feel like everybody's kind of felt that hit though. Excuse me. When I was
100%.
playing Blackout, I was getting, I'd say like 20 to 30 on the tail end of that, and then now like when I started streaming Warzone again, I went back to like 5 to 10.
Yeah.
And now I'm to like 10 to 15 and working. We peak at 20 at times and whatnot. So I'm definitely in the same boat as you. But dude, Twitch is so much more enjoyable in my opinion than YouTube, because I used to stream on YouTube as well. I don't know if you knew that. And it was great. Like you got more viewers, but you get more support on Twitch because it's built around having a community and supporting the content creator. Whereas
YouTube's like, oh, I don't even know how to explain.
Yeah, it's more of just like people. They just kind of expect that like, oh, you're making money off of ad revenue, so like okay, like
you'll be alright.
You'll be fine. You know, but little do they know you make like 2 cents off of every like 8-hour stream that you make off of ad revenue.
100%, bro. You make I average like, even if I got like 3K views overall on the stream, I probably make like $10 to $12 on it.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Yeah, and people think that YouTube makes you a lot of money. It don't. It don't.
No, unless you're pulling in like thousands and thousands of views, like tens of thousands.
And you've got to like, you kind of depending on donations on there. I don't really want to feel like that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I have to
beg.
I won't say it. No, I don't say it, but like I'll just be like, oh, has anyone got any challenges to do? Like, because I'm streaming for 8 hours and making no money, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I love doing it, but that's why I moved to wages so I can make money and stream and enjoy it.
Yeah, and still build your community up 100%.
100%. But like you don't really get that on like Twitch, kind of like gifting subs, you know. People do it for fun. They're like, I'll give you 5, 10 subs if you do this. Like it's something to grind on with your mindset, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get to this many subs this month. I want to get this many bits this month. Like that's how you want to focus. Like YouTube is like, there's not really, oh, you can be a member or like it's good, but it's not as good as subs, you know.
Yeah, well, YouTube is just meant for like how I view it, and again, it's shifting, but it's for content, you know. So people come there to watch content. I feel like people come to Twitch for a community, you know. And there's people that have built communities on YouTube. I'm not disregarding that at all, but I'm just saying as a core like platform. Twitch is designed for gamers, and it's designed for building a community.
Yeah, you don't really see any massive YouTube streamers. Like, they've gotten big because they make videos, not because they stream.
Yeah.
So if you see someone with like 20,000 like courage, he come from Twitch and went to YouTube, he averages like 20 to 30K viewers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he didn't have his Twitch, they wouldn't come over. So, but YouTube's like, they don't help you all. That's why I moved to Twitch as well.
I feel like they don't help you as like the underdog, you know what I mean? But if like once you're like established, then a lot of doors open up. Yeah.
We want to make money off you as well, so we're gonna help you. That's how it works. Twitch is like, even if you're small, we want to help you. Like, we do this, but like that's what I like about it with Streamlabs as well. They tell you what you've done this day.
Right. You can see your analytics, and you can kind of track your progression.
That's what I like about it, and that's why I kind of stopped streaming on YouTube. And not a lot of my YouTube viewers really know I moved to Twitch, but I try to tell them. But I think I need to make a video with saying like Twitch, because I do like the community chat. I make the community type in, but I don't do like a video on it so people will see it, you know.
Yeah, I did a video on it where literally I just like kind of how you are right now with your webcam. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You're just like, hey guys, what's going on? Like, just want to let you know I've been streaming. If you guys have noticed, I haven't been posting content here. I've been streaming solely on Twitch. Come follow me over. Here's my schedule, you know, and then that way you'll maybe get 10%, but you'll still bring those people over, you know.
Bring them back, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that used to watch me, and they probably don't even know. They probably think I'm off the grid, you know. I've just stopped. I've quit, but I haven't, you know.
Yeah.
Like Blackout, I kind of just stopped on there. I was bringing videos out when I was streaming on Twitch, but Warzone is not about, you can't really make a lot of content out of it. It's just games, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I think you got a lot to offer, though. Like, you could make some good content, and it doesn't have to be pretty content, because, like, there's, like, for me, I've been video editing for a while now, so, like, I have, like, tips and tricks that I can use to kind of pretty my content up. But for you, man, like, you're just so good at the game in a raw sense that you have so much that, like, what you think is second nature that everybody knows, dude, you can make videos on that all day, you know, because people go into the game, they don't even know what loadouts to use. You can make like loadout videos and why you are choosing this specific weapon or a combination of weapons. You could talk about rotation. You could talk like even like for me, I get kind of blinders on if I'm playing a game. I will hit every encounter that I possibly can. Like if I see a trio and they're rotating and they look like they have good movement, I'm still engaging on them. You know what I mean? But hearing you say like, hey man, like look and kind of see, like take a moment to realize what they're doing and how they're moving, you can kind of gauge to see how good they are. And then you can choose whether or not you want to engage that because you're just one man.
If you've got that's how I think in wages. But like if you're in a pub, like maybe get better positioning. If you're with a team, tell them what to do, tell them where they should be standing, what cover they should be using. When they push you, you're just gunning them down because they're going to be in the open or just not clueless. You don't have to start shooting them when they're far. Or get them when they're kind of close.
But like all of that, dude, that's information that is valuable. People would actually want to consume that information, and like you just give them the nit and grit of like, hey, this is what can help you improve. These are my stats. This is like you could leverage your wager winnings. Just be like, hey, I do this for money. Like this is, you could essentially say that this is your job because you're not doing anything else, right? You're making $100 a day, $200 a day sometimes playing wagers. You say like, I do this as a profession. This is what I think of when I'm doing this. And dude, you angle it that way, I would personally watch that content and consume it. And I'm good at the game. So imagine somebody who is just trying to get better, trying to get their first win.
100%.
Like you, dude. Like with me and you could even collab. Like we could bounce ideas off, and then like we could create a video, and I can edit it or whatnot, and we could put it out and see what happens. But I think you have a lot to offer. Yeah,
100%.
Dude, 100%. Like you could record your game, I could record my game, and we can kind of do it back and forth. I can make it kind of funny, and just shoot the shit.
100%. And like bring out like the best, like how if we're playing pubs, like we should just do like maybe like 2-3 hours of just playing and just kind of talking how we're thinking. Because that's what I did on one of my videos. I think I dropped 29 kills, and I just started the game. I was just playing. I was just like, I'm gonna talk you through how
Is that Warzone or Blackout?
That's Blackout.
Okay.
My most kills on Warzone's 26, and I've choked so many 40 bombs so badly. I've dropped 20. I was on like 24 kills with 30 left. No, gulag closed, and I landed on like 4 kids because I jumped out the heli and I just got gunned down. I was like,
oh, nothing you can do in that situation.
Yeah.
No.
I'll be like,
but man, I really think that'd be great. I'm a strong believer that you're not gonna grow on Twitch. Like Twitch is not a platform to grow your community. You'll see a little bit of growth. I think it's like it allows you to stay complacent, to stay stagnant, where like no matter what, you're gonna always have viewers that kind of come and go. So you're gonna have to refilter like new people into your community for those that are leaving your community. Doesn't mean that you're bad at the game. It's just bad at
what I've realized
content.
as well. I realized that viewers don't last forever. I was averaging like I think 2 weeks of me grinding. I think I was averaging 100 to like most views I had was like 400, but I was averaging like 100 to 150. I had 2 weeks off because I grinded for like 2 weeks straight, and it just wasn't good.
Break,
so I had 2 weeks off. I come back, I'm on like 30 viewers, 40 viewers. It's amazing viewers, but different from when I was.
Oh yeah.
Viewers do 100% come and go. You can see from the community, like most of your mods will stay, but there'll be just viewers who that they talk in the chat, but they'll just go.
Yeah. And you kind of have to replenish that in order to be successful. And I don't want it to be mistaken that like we're like hungry for like more money or more viewers or anything like that. No. But we're also like, what I think people don't realize from what like our perspective is that we're trying to make this a living, and so it's just like a business. You don't want to be comfortable making $1,000 a month as a business. You want to try and push the envelope. You want to see how big you can make the business.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And like for me, like mine is like very community driven, and like if you come into my stream, like everybody kind of talks to everybody. And
100%.
in my stream, I've gotten a couple of people that have reached out to me saying that like it's gotten them out of a dark place. Like they have like a really bad like home life or just things are like negative in their life, and they come in and like it's a way for them to escape. And so for me, like I want to grow and I want to build the community larger and larger so that I can reach more people, And so like that's my main driving factor. The money obviously comes into play because like I don't want to make like, don't get me wrong, I would love to make like 300,000 a year, 100,000 a year playing video games, but I just want to get to a certain point where I can like live my life comfortably and play the game. You know, everything else is just icing.
Instead of worrying about how much you'll make.
Exactly.
Will it be enough?
If you need to get another job or whatnot, yeah.
People don't understand that gaming's not like you think. Oh, he gets $100 donation today. Oh, it's amazing, but he might stream for another 3 days and get no money. Like,
exactly.
It's so that's how it works. That's why subs is really important. But like when people are watching you, like you've always got to focus on. It's not a focus, and it's not like a. It's like a drive, you know.
Yeah.
To get to this many subs, and you know you'll be comfortable.
It's the residual income, you know. That's essentially what it is. It's money that you can actually bank on coming back to you the next month, you know. And that's a great thing to actually see, because a lot of people will see like, oh, you have 150 subs, but 80 of those are gifted subs. Gifted, 100%. You know.
I was in 150 subs, and Subpocalypse hit me down to 50.
Yeah,
but 50 is amazing, but it's
and there's people that would kill to have 50 subs in like recurring. 100%. But like, I'll look mine up right now. I have no problem talking about my analytics, but
me neither. Let me check mine.
I had, let me see here. I had, like, no joke, we were up at like 190 subs, almost 200 subs at one point. And now, like, literally within the past 3 days, because you know how you have like those streams where you get like a sub train going, like everything goes crazy, and then like one day I got 100 subs in one day, you know.
Yeah.
And with that, let me go to my analytics right here, insights. And I don't know why this is so taboo. Like, I don't understand why people get so
kind of hide what they.
Yeah, like it's just just how the nature of like the business 100%. Is. And I feel like it also gives insight into what people can expect, like if they try and do it. Yeah, and like 100%. For me, I've been doing this since I was like 18. Again, off and on. I've taken a couple years break, but like for about the past year, I've been taking it serious. And like this month alone, we're at 94 subs, you know. But like also with the whole quarantine that's happening, you know, that's in the pandemic, I've seen a hit a little bit, as I'm sure everybody has this month compared to like last month or the last couple months. But like right now we've got 94 subs, technically 91. It's a little bit off, but essentially like there's a part in the analytics where I'm sure you can see it's like, where does my revenue come from, and it'll show you paid subs, Twitch Prime, gifted, ads, all that stuff, and cheers. And dude, like my goal is to just always, it doesn't matter how much, it doesn't matter if it's by $2.50, but if I can get that up from the last period of the paid subs, that means that I'm doing something right. 100%. You know, everything else is just icing. Like the gifted subs, there's people that can be generous one month and then you just don't have that the next month. But if you constantly see your paid subs, like last period mine is 65.76. This period it's 80.36, and that's only for 29 days because it's from the month of March.
From the when I come onto this from Blackout, 30th to the 28th of January, I got 143 subs. Gifted subs is kind of weird. I have 125 gifted subs, and I made $220. With overall revenue, $453 for that month. But sometimes they don't give you all the money.
Yeah,
I don't get it. You know, so I got like $200 for that month. Next month I made 200. This month is this month I'm gonna be honest. 29th February 2020 to 29th of March. I've averaged 12 viewers, new followers 253, subscriptions 59, revenue $201. You know, you can't live on that.
That's no, exactly. Like, completely. And like for me, like, so you can like confidently say that you've taken a bit of a hit this month compared to the last probably 2 months, just because of the pandemic that's going on. It's hitting everybody worldwide. Because like for me, I'm at $281 for the month of March. But if you go to the month of February, which is only 29 days in February, I made $432. So you can see that there's a jump there, but even $432, you can't live off of that. You know what I mean? And so while I'm eternally grateful for it, don't get me wrong,
100%.
you know, you have to constantly try to adjust and create new ways of trying to up that just so that you can get to a point of being comfortable and being able to continue doing it. You know what I mean?
So when people complain saying, "Oh, why haven't you streamed? Like maybe you got a part-time job," because that's why. And people say you should just do it full time. Maybe you'll make good money, but it's not how it works.
Yeah.
You know, if I streamed every day and I didn't even play wages, bro, I would have quit already.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be dead ass. Like I would stream like 3 days a week instead of 5, 6. I do.
Yeah.
But
And I
wages,
stream 4 days a week personally. And it's what I can do. Do you know what I mean? Because I also do have another job. I don't have one right now. In fact, literally, I'm not getting paid because, like, I'm a swim coach, and so if the kids aren't swimming, you're not getting paid. You know. But dude, 100%. Like you have to put that into account. That like, yes, you know, I would love to do this full time. I think anybody that plays video games would love to do it full time. But can you actually support yourself doing it is a whole nother story.
100%.
And while me and you are in a boat where, like, let's just take your wagers out of it, for, let's say, even a 17-year-old person like yourself that's playing video games, $201 is a lot of money playing video games, you know, to have people give to you. That's essentially them donating to you. You know, that's huge.
100%.
You know, that's completely huge. And there's nothing to mock that at all.
No. Every bit of dollar, any dollars I get,
Exactly.
like every penny, I appreciate.
Completely grateful, but it's also like, while it's great, like you're grateful for it, it still doesn't mean that you can just live off of that alone, you know. And so you have 100%. To, and I feel like that's where sometimes people misrepresent themselves as a streamer because they're so money driven, not for the fact of like trying to take from people, but because they're trying to hustle to be able to like do this full time, and it comes off the wrong way to the actual consumer, which is the viewer.
Did you watch this video, a Twitch clip of some? I think I don't even know what her name was, but she was saying, "How can none of you effing can't subscribe when you watch me every day and it's $5 a month? Why can't you do this?" Like that's not how you play it.
That's the wrong way to go about it. Yeah.
You're gonna lose viewers. You're gonna lose subs. You've got to ask. You know, you don't ask, but you like.
You subtly imply.
Yeah, you imply.
Like, hey guys, I would love to eat today.
No, yeah, 100%. Like, I've put a go up. If I get 500 subs by the 13th,
you'll shave your head. Again, though, right? Yeah. You've already shaved your head.
Yeah.
Did you? Did you? Or is this gonna be your first time shaving it?
First time. But I always get my hair cut really short anyway, so I'll probably get like a two all over, get it really short. But you know, it's something for people to sub for. You know, something to laugh at.
Yeah.
You know, have. You know.
Yeah, you're trying to build something that like people can get around. You know. And I think that's great. And like for me personally, like this podcast has been amazing. Like I've met so many cool people. Like you and me, we've played a bunch of times, you know. But this is the first time me and you have sat down and actually like talked to each other.
Had a conversation.
Yeah, and I feel like it brings us so much closer, you know. And I feel like with this, dude, like I think that it's gonna be big. I think that like it's in its infancy stage right now, but like I can't wait to like start to reach out to people and see like if we can get like sponsors and like get like things for the podcast, because I would love eventually one day to have a place. Like I don't know if you know like the Joe Rogan podcast. Have you heard of him?
No.
Dude,
I've heard of Joe Rogan, but
yeah.
I don't know like you hear the name, but I don't watch any of his stuff.
Dude,
you know?
Great guy, like absolute legend. He's been doing podcasting for 10 years. And he has like the #1 podcast in the world, but he has a facility where he like brings people in and they have an actual podcast in person.
Joe, is he got the one with the tattoos? Is that Joe?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got tattoos all over him. Yeah, and he's like bald. Yeah. But he's been doing it for 10 years, you know, and he was already a celebrity before that, so that's how he like gained some traction. But that's what I eventually want this to be. Like I want to eventually have like a facility where I can fly people out And like again, I'm not trying to make a lot of money off of it, but I would like to have sponsors to be able to fly people out to then have the podcast in person.
Yeah.
I think
And
that
the
would be
ability to
so cool,
that'd be
man.
so cool.
That'd be
Yeah,
so,
that'd be
and
sick.
then like have like a couple rooms where like we could just like chill, like play some games or like shoot some pool or whatnot, and like just like hang out like properly, you know. That's the
100%.
goal that I can foresee happening. And if you don't have like a large goal like that, you're never gonna achieve immense
100%.
success. You know, you kind of have to have that like that crazy goal in mind that everybody thinks that will never happen, but like you believe in order to achieve something that nobody else thought of.
Yeah, 100%. That's how I thought of, Nate. Nate. Everyone knows
Yeah.
Nate Shot.
Oh, dude, I love Nate
I
Shot.
thought of
100 Thieves.
like he come from streaming and working at McDonald's to having some multi-million
Yeah,
company.
that Drake's invested in. Like, get off
Yeah,
me.
yeah, and he's got his own facility in there, and he's got his own teams for like every game, and they're mostly the best at it for every team.
Yeah.
That's what I like see. Like I have a goal to like do something like him.
Oh, dude, I'm the same way. Like, for me personally, I think this is the first time that I've actually said this on air. But like, my goal, I don't want to be a content creator for the rest of my life. Kind of like Nate Shot. You know what I mean? You don't want to just have to be stuck to the computer screen for the rest of your
100%.
life. You want to eventually diversify and expand yourself and grow as a person yourself. And so, like, for me, one thing that I want to do is I want to have like an organization, you know, and like I already have like ideas. It's like my whole thing is like the Spartan theme, you know, and so I want like my organization is going to be called the 300, you know, like the 300 Spartans, and like actually legitimize like that brand from like a clothing standpoint, because I think you can do so many cool things with that, and then but also bring on like content creators and form like a team of like just content creators that all share the same interest, and then kind of build from there, you know, and kind of
Yeah, 100%.
take it through the underground a little bit and then build your way up, you know. And
Yeah,
that's
seems
fun to be able to build something.
Yeah, and like especially when you're getting up, you feel good
Yeah.
of like what you're making and like, expanding.
Yeah, and what's also cool is like people rely on you too at that point. You know, so you take
Yeah.
on that responsibility, you take on that weight and that burden because you know that you're influencing others as well. Like not just viewers and like your community, but there's sub communities from other content creators that are also now being uplifted by what you're doing, you know, and you have such a greater impact and you can reach so many more people through that avenue, you know. And I think that's where I eventually want to go, but like you have to make yourself successful first before you can then go to the next stage,
100%.
you know. So but dude, I love it, man. Like, and like you're like a prime example of like you're great at the game, but dude, talking to you, you've got a cool personality that like I don't feel like you show nearly as much on stream. That like, dude,
no, 100%.
if you showed a little bit more, like you're smiling right now. I don't think I've really seen you smile on stream.
Yeah.
You smile like,
smile, bro.
dude, people are gonna love, like they're gonna eat you up, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like you're 17, man. You've got so much like opportunity and potential. Because like there's not many people that can play the game at your level, you know. And you said that you want to be in the top 1%. I think you're already in the top 5, personally. So like, dude, like I'm very excited to see kind of what you do. And no joke, like in a year's time, I would love to see you in the U.S. Like actually like living like either with people or on your own, but just like sole purpose is like creating content and like competing. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, that's my focus. I always talk about moving to the US. I talked about it on stream. I talked about it when I'm in wages because people refuse to play me because I'm from the EU and they're American. They're like, oh, I'm not going on an EU host. Oh, it's going to be unfair for both of us. There's no point of playing each other.
Yeah.
And it's not how I want it. I want it to be everyone plays me. I have higher rollers. I don't want to do wages for like my whole life. I don't want to do it for like everything, but I want to be kind of known for that,
Yeah, you want to be known as the Slayer, you know, like don't mess with this guy, you know, like you don't want to get in a lobby with him. He will end you. Yeah, dude, honestly, I think like between you and me, I think like creating a goal for yourself, you know, whether you make that public to the community, which I've done, and I think that it allows people to kind of rally behind a cause. but like
Yeah, 100%.
put a number out there, you know, in your head of like what you would need to like have in the bank to be able to move to the US and be able to take a real crack at what like you want to do for the rest of
You
your
want to do
life.
100%.
You know, and I feel like when you contextualize it like that and you put it on paper, like legitimately write it down, it then gives you something to work towards, no matter how big it is. Like, let's say it's $20,000, you know, you start out trying to save up $1,000, you know, and then you don't touch that thousand, and then you save up another thousand, and then you try and get 5,000, and then 7,500, and that starts to steamroll itself into like, oh wow, like once you have $5,000, or even once you get your first $1,000, you're like, oh shit, I can do this. You know, like I just need to do this 19 more times, and that's when like our inner competitor comes into play. You know, we're just like, oh, I'm gonna save everything. Like I'm gonna eat Cheerios for the next 2 weeks so that I can save a little bit more. You know.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's how I've got my mindset right now to just save money. Every money I just get from wages, like I just keep withdrawing. Like I withdrew 400 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna withdraw another 400 today when I grind. When I after this podcast and placing wages, probably throw the string back on.
I love it, bro.
Placing more wages, man, and then just keep withdrawing because and the money that I make on Twitch is a plus. You know.
Yeah.
That's how I have my mindset right now because of wages.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how I feel like Warzone's gonna help me a little bit from that. Maybe I'll get known because I play for ridiculous amounts of money and I play for high rollers every day, you know?
Yeah, dude, you should start making videos though. Not even joking. Of like, do you record any of your gameplay?
No.
You probably have it. You probably have that $200 wager though in like past broadcast for Twitch, right? Like the VODs.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to go. You need to download that and legitimately like, hell, send it to me.
It's a 21 kill game.
Yeah, send it legitimately. Like, send it to me, and I'll edit it for you and post it up on your YouTube channel. I can guarantee you're gonna get some videos off of that or some views off of that because you're playing a game that everybody plays, but there's a $200 stake, and you're getting 20 kills, like, and it's gonna be exciting. You know, like
100%,
you could definitely like monetize or monopolize off of that 100%. Like that's I'm not even joking with you, man. I will do that like without even thinking. Send me that. I'll make a video, you post it, and see what happens. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We need to get a couple days that we're just grinding together, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Just me and you playing trios, you know?
Yeah, and just talking to each other, communicating. Yeah.
Having other people's cool, but it's better like
one-on-one
when it's 1-to-1, you know?
Oh, 100%.
And that's how I like to play because you see when we play with others, I love playing with other people, but I love having that only have to worry about one person, you know?
Well, and last time, like when me and you played Blackout as well, like even like Miss G was like, dude, like you guys play really well together because like me and you kind of play fast paced on Blackout. And so we kind of already knew what we were gonna do and like where you were gonna rotate to. But then now with like us talking about this and having a purpose, we're gonna start like verbalizing what we're doing. And dude, that's just gonna make for great 100%. Content for the people, you know, and they're gonna be able to learn off of it.
Yeah, learn and better like get more skills, like tips and tricks. Probably you could probably make it a video as well, you know. Tips and tricks and you know.
Yeah, and different perspectives and everything. I think there's a lot of like ways you can go about that. So, dude, I'm excited. And I need to make more content on YouTube, anyways, because I got like the podcast is what like is literally like the only content that I'm posting right now. But I want to definitely get into providing valuable content because I feel like a lot of people put selfish content out where they're like, oh, here's a good game, and they don't really do much to it. But you're not really providing value other than like a form of entertainment. You're not giving them information to like help themselves improve. You know, and I feel like that's something that you can do really well. And I have a little bit more of like, I'd say the personality where I make it like kind of a little bit more funny, but I'm also pretty good at the game too. So I think combine the two, man, like it's a good recipe, bro.
Yeah, 100%. That'll be really good.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We'll definitely do it. You guys heard it here first. It has been contextualized. We are going to do it. But, dude, it's been an hour. I won't take up any more of your time. I actually have another podcast with Savage after this that I'm excited for. Do you know who Savage is? Savage 2C?
100%.
Yeah, we're doing, like, the second part. We wanted to do another episode of it, so I'm excited for that. But, dude, thank you so much for coming on, man. This was awesome. Like, I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to know you more, you know, which is great.
Yeah,
and you me.
Instead of my grumpy ass.
Right? No, and
100%.
I think people like honestly, I would direct everybody that watches your like stream into this podcast, not so that like I can gain from it, but so that they can get a better insight into like who you are. Because I feel like
100%.
people watching this are actually going to understand like that there's more to you than just a sweaty 17-year-old wager kid. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
But dude, thank you so much for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've gotten to this point, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. All of Xamzah's links will be down in the description below. I know you're on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Are you on Instagram at all?
Yep.
All right, Instagram. I'll have everything down below. But if you guys are listening to this in the audio format, if you guys just go to twitch.tv/Xamzah, that's XamzahH, he will be there. He is absolutely nasty on the sticks, guys. I am not even joking. I watched him play right before we went live, and oh my god, like he will make you feel like you have like no thumbs. It is ridiculous. But go show this man some love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is a great episode. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.